for a Fortnite card of $19.
Wasn't last session just us?
In order to get, you must recap and holler.
Wasn't our last session just us planning our not siege and instead just faking
No.
Princella's death? Oh no, that was the second previous session?
That was a couple weeks ago, my love. That was last week. Last week was the battle with Werewolf Sock.
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Dude, okay, I processed the trauma out, okay?
Wasn't much of a battle if you ask me. You went down like a bitch.
Hey.
In which we found out the werewolf has some sort of intelligence.
And can cast magic illusions.
And can cast magic illusions.
Probably more intelligence than most of us, if we're being honest.
But we also found a way for us to yoink that bitch out every full moon. Granted, it requires us fighting it, but we can just hit it till it dies and put some silver on that bitch, and then bam, sock comes out. That's true, yeah, the arm thingy. Yeah.
Punched himself in the face.
Fuck yeah. Are you hitting yourself? Are you hitting yourself? Stupid Richard.
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Let's see. And did we end on the camp? Yeah,
yes.
Y'all passed out Schlump on the camp. Okay. Then. The morning sun peering over the Sugma mountains. Soft little rays of light warming the sky a brilliant orange, and soft little speckles of water droplets start to hit everyone's face. A warning sign that in the next few minutes, a downpour of morning rain will wash over the ranch as it makes its way to Titan's Fall. As everyone begins to stir, Sock, you find yourself storer than most. But not a werewolf. As everyone stirs for the day, as the rain begins to drip and drizzle upon thee, what is everyone doing? Okay. Sound of wood cracking and snapping as timber and fibers stretch and creak.
I think Tara was still. Wait, what? Last night she was inspecting the bullets from Cecil's gun. I think she'd still be doing that if we didn't make progress on that. She'd be banging her head against the wall on that one.
Okay.
Cecil's just gonna keep laying in the grass, feeling his bones ache. Next to Sock, he puts his hand on Sock if he's still there.
Sock, are you still there?
Yeah, I think he's just probably gonna chill. He's sleepy. He's kind of introspective, not a morning person at all, especially the day after.
Okay.
He's probably not going to get up until everyone else starts getting up.
Cecil hobbles up. And he's looking at Rev stretch. And he's like, you need to do that? Got it. He's looking for everyone else, like Ataru and Cole.
Okay. And Harold, what is it that you are doing?
Mason's not here.
Oh, that's right. Harold is sleeping.
Well,
Babe.
Alright.
Babe.
His final
Is your mic
rest.
sensitivity a little higher today or something?
He died.
I'm hearing like
in his
everything
sleep.
I say come through your mic as well.
Maybe it's
Mhm.
because you're home and we're in the same room.
I don't hear any echo.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay.
So it is probably you hearing her in the room. Well, as Hold had died in his sleep, everyone else,
rip.
the rain begins to wash over. And if you weren't awake at this point, you are awake now. With little cover overhead from the alarm clock of rain, find yourself bathed in rainbows and glistening white droplets as the rain passes over, making its way to Titan's Fall. The smells wafting downwards,
Oh, did not mean to do that. My bad.
seeping their way across. Oh, Druidcraft! Seeping their way down even towards the ranch as the counteracting winds bring smells of the food court, the markets.
Sock shakes his head like a wet dog. It's like, well, that was nice. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, morning.
Good morning,
How you
Suck.
feeling? You feeling okay? Probably sore. You did beat the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Also,
well, I actually, well, I mean, I am sore, but,
yeah, imagine
not
your neck.
the worst, not the worst, uh, not the worst time or not, you know what I mean. It's not, could be worse. I feel not as bad.
This is
there any
genuinely
coffee?
surprising. Is this genuinely surprising to anyone else? I feel like the day after I had my head shot off would be like the worst hangover.
Well, it didn't
I
like
mean-
fully get chopped off. It was like hanging on by a few threads. But I mean, like, yeah, basically same thing.
I mean, but it wasn't really my head, was it? Is it? Does it count? That
I mean,
Whoa.
it was
Huh.
Richard's head, but like Richard springs out from you. Oh,
Wait a
honestly,
second.
don't really know what the separation of body parts is.
Cecil
because, like, I
goes
mean,
over to
I don't.
investigate body parts if there's any left behind.
Oh yeah. So I was watching the Wolfsbane last night. That's what I was doing. I was watching that grow. So I would imagine that I probably harvested that this morning.
Yes. Itches. The body parts have kind of dissolved into mush, and that mush acting as topsoil for the wolf's bane. A soft, white, lily-like flower that grows from it. Long, triangular petals with a green and yellow, very soft, glowing glowing pollen in the center. The leaves of the wolfbane and the petals of the wolfbane almost have this peculiar sheen upon them that glows and gives them a particular kind of translucence in the light.
Is that wolfsbane?
I do believe it is. It sprouted from, I believe, Richard's head, if not other body parts of his.
Well,
And it's very
that's
weird for a flower to grow overnight. So I would have to imagine it is related to the wolf and not just a random coincidence, you know?
that is quite peculiar, actually. I wonder if it does that every time. Well,
And it is the condition for the wolfbane to grow.
but I mean, I don't remember like that kind of flower around me any other time.
Well, because it wasn't a corpse. Wolfbane grows from corpses.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Well,
It's just like we need to quote unquote kill the wolf in order to make the flower grow. This seems reasonable. But here we go, snip snip, and now we have a flower.
Replenishing the stock. Didn't you take some wolfbane like before the whole rar bullshit? This will help us for next time. Wait, that
I
means we can
did.
always have another flower beforehand because we're gonna we'll cut off
As
rar,
long as you can keep killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm still pretty sore, but I mean, I don't think it's as bad as it could be because wasn't I wasn't wretched all night, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah, last night I looked at the full moon for the first time in like 3 years.
How did it feel? That must have been so. Well, I mean, I guess the full moon kind of gives you some fucked up feelings, but
It was surreal to say the least. I mean, I kind of felt like I gained a little bit of control,
that's
and
good.
that's pretty encouraging. Yeah.
Yay!
You know what I could really use right now, though?
Mm-hmm.
Some coffee.
Do we have any of that stuff out here? I know we have all the coffee pot and stuff back home. Bring anything?
I don't know if we brought any.
I have some stuff for tea.
So,
It's not the same.
let's just go back into town. I'm very soaked right now.
Breakfast at Bob's Bakery.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I personally smell quite bad right now.
I mean, I think we all do. We just all slept outside in the rain after a big fight with the wolf. We all kind of oh yeah, So
I like to imagine I probably smell
we
like maple.
bathe and then Bob's Bakery. Oh, I think I still have a coupon for the bathhouse. Wait, hold up.
Bathhouse?
I do. I buy one get one free for the bathhouse.
What?
You know, I literally have it in my inventory. This is real shit. Yeah, I could definitely use a bath. Is that anyone else on that's playing? Anyone else want to do something else or?
Do we all have coupons, or is it like a one coupon gets multiple people in, or?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I guess we
Also,
might as well all go together, and if
I also have Boga for pillow talk, but I don't. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, let's go to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Bathhouse.
Bathhouse.
We go back to
Then-
town.
To cleanse.
Bathhouse.
Bathhouse.
Wow.
As you head to the bathhouse through the southern gate, you see that the town is bustling as ever. Making your way in through the various streets. There we go. Making your way through the various streets, past the various smells of the food quarter and glistening bush. You find yourself at the doorstep of the bathhouse, modeled to be fit like a half circle. White, pristine marble, embellishments of gold and grout. Its design clearly brought in from elsewhere in the world, as its aesthetic simply doesn't match the slat-to and shodden work of the rest of the town. Great care was put into it, but entering in, you are met at a front desk. A long-haired, flowing like water, a male water genasi. Very Fabian style, open bloused shirt. A ruffled bit of hair upon his chin, but other than that, smooth, enticing eyebrows as he lures you in. Welcome, darlings. Are you here for a bath?
Yeah, we could definitely use that. Also, I got the scoop on here.
And he plucks it from your hand with index and thumb. Says, oh, perfect. Sent these out to the mail months ago, but I will still honor it.
Yeah, we haven't got. Came back here. We have a bath.
Very well. 5 gold for everyone to peruse in the bath. Would you prefer private tub or the communal table?
What do you guys
In the
want?
center is the communal. Family, friends, farmers alike, stewing in the cleansing waters brought up from the springs underneath. Or you prefer private bath. Draw your own water, hot or cold. Multiple arrangements of bath and bubbles. Foams and oils aplenty. It costs a bit more for each of you. Instead of 5 gold, it will cost 15. But you also have the privacy of a curtain.
I only have 5 gold.
I shall go into the public bath.
Very well then, public bath for everyone.
Yeah.
Then 5 gold total.
Oh, total? Oh, I covered it. I just spent my 5 gold.
And he swipes it away. Perfect. Grab from here your towels and loofahs and some sponges. And there's a small tincture of oil and soaps. Generic, I know, but nevertheless. This is rough stuff with little microbeads that will peel away any oil and dirt and residue you might have. The water is in a constant cycle, so do not worry about pungulating all your dirt into the water. However, I do ask, please do not piss or shit in the water.
Oh, do people do that?
It cycles, but it is not fast enough.
Ew. Wait, maybe Maybe do we want to spend another 10 gold to get the private one?
Wait a sec.
I would
Point me
maybe
in the way of the bathroom.
There is
Are
none.
you planning on?
Let me step outside. I gotta take a whiz.
There's no bathroom.
I'm
it's
not
a bathhouse.
accusing anyone of defecating in the bathtub. All I'm saying is people have been in there for a few hours, and I've not seen one leave.
Or sure we want to stay in the public bath?
No, this is worrisome. I shall
I
front.
don't
I shall
know.
front the other 10 gold.
Very
I can
well.
also contribute.
No. It needs about 15 gold. And he plucks a little token over, and he says, "You will be in bath number 2.
Ooh.
Sock looks visibly relieved.
I'm now remembering that I once tailed the target in the public bath, and now I'm just sir.
Not saying that they poop, but definitely a suspicion that no one's leaving to pee. And the shitting vases are never full."
But you also like never sense a foul odor coming from there, so maybe the
No, we
cycling
are
is doing its
clean
job.
and cleanly. Perhaps they're holding it in.
Or perhaps there is no reason. Maybe it's just okay to poop and pee, and you just think that this is a bit unseemly. But the cycling of the water is fine anyway.
No, because I cycle the water myself. With great irrigation
Wait.
and plumbing. Trust me. Standards are set by myself alone, and I wish not for everyone to pee or poop.
What about in the private baths? Is this okay there, or just
No.
not in the?
What I miss?
Please
I'm
no.
back.
No, simply bathe and then
Rev
leave.
wants-
Do not take shits in the pond.
I shall do my best.
I
Wait,
hope
Rev.
you do.
I don't mean to be inappropriate, but do you pee?
Of course, I pee. I am a small little man. Small little men have pee.
Right, of course.
It comes out of my urethra.
My urethra.
The same as it does for any
Urethra.
other normal person.
Alright, silly me. Apologies.
Rev still isn't sure who all knows or doesn't know that he's a woad in any given situation, so. And he does
Of
his
course.
best to hide it with his, like, cloak and hood and everything, so.
Of course.
Makes sense. Very well, then. He instead takes your towels and gives you little gift baskets of towels and oils and
Toilet paper.
loofahs and sponges. Says, "There are various levers upon the wall. Pull them for various soaps and oils. Do enjoy your time in the bath."
Oh, and what was your name? I wanted to thank you properly.
Jerome.
Jerome. Thank you, Jerome. We shall enjoy ourselves a lot. And goodbye.
Yes, thanks. Bye.
As you make your way into the bathhouse past a few curtains, you see that the inner portion of the half circle is a large communal bath that gets shallow on the edges and deeper towards the center. There are various lion statues vomiting hot water, and there appears to be a drain at some point cycling it as the bubbles always starting from the edges and making their way inwards. However, on the outer edges, the rim of the half circle, there are multiple little pillars and then curtains that you can draw separating about 10-foot sized kind of in-ground bathtubs with a kind of a flume that is in front of a lion statue, and behind the lion statues are various levers with labels such as lavender, mulberry, ginseng, ginger, oils, foamy, super foamy, fomicious.
Now, is our private room private to each person, or is it private to our group?
It is private to the group.
Cecil is the first to get naked.
As you can see, there are only about 7 of these
Already
private
naked.
baths, and the first one has its curtains drawn. So you'd only need to draw one curtain to divide yourselves between that and the other bath ones, and then one in the front to divide from the communal bathtub.
Gotcha. As soon as we're in there and the curtains are closed, and I guess Cecil disrobes, Rev does as well.
I want the fomicious.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm curious about what the fomicious is. This might be what Sherazade used. That's gonna, like, in which case, prepare to not be able to see anything.
Alright. Everyone take cover.
I'm gonna
What?
take off my clothes before I don't want to get foam all over my clothes. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm good to go. Release the foam.
Okay.
He
As you
pulls
pull,
the fomicious lever.
as you pull the fomicious lever, there is a long delay. A few little trickles of a soapy liquid pour out before, in a slow, kind of dense, like foam of bubbles, so densely packed that it almost looks like aerated whipped cream is just being slowly pushed out of this lion statue's mouth. So compacted that them sticking together doesn't cause it to overspill, and it arches across until it hits the ground, and then, like a tube of toothpaste just getting ejected, the foam starts sliding its way into the bath, and it continues on in this laminar flow of thick bubbles until it breaks against someone's shoulder, and then they start to disperse and foam out. Kind of the structure of it breaks apart, and they start to expand and fill the bathtub to the point where everything is becoming this white, almost like milk foam of soap that is just dispersing everywhere. And it feels thick enough to be like whipped cream from a can.
Zach's gonna grab his clothes and slide into the foam up to like his eyes.
It smells of maple syrup and ginger. Delectable and delicious.
Mm.
For those of you who do take a little, tastes like butter and soap.
That tasted a lot better than I expected soap to taste.
Tasted a lot.
Yeah, right?
Right. Like soapy butter.
Normally the smell of soap is a lie, and it doesn't taste the way that, you want it to taste, but this one's actually good. Not that I, like, often taste soap or whatever. Like, okay, you can't tell me that I'm not the only person that's been curious to be like, this smells good. Maybe it tastes good, because the two senses are kind of like connected, right? Like, I'm not
It's
weird, right?
made from horses.
I don't think it's weird. Trust me, I have
What the
like
voice of God.
crazy heightened senses now. Everything that I smell, I want to taste. It's weird.
I feel
Oh.
that. I feel that.
What if? Hang on. What if we just pull all of the levers at the same time?
This seems a little extreme. I'm still scrubbing.
You're right. You're
Do
right.
it.
I don't know why
Go for
these chaotic thoughts are coming
mean,
down
we
upon
paid for it.
my brain.
No, do it.
We paid for it, and honestly, after last night,
Phone me up.
can you
Cecil,
gonna
could
dip
you get my
under the
bag
water
first
and
and then
scrub.
pull all the levers?
Yeah. Here, let me get this little. What's it called? A loofah?
Yes.
Walks over, starts scrubbing Rev. I don't know if this is doing anything.
Me neither. But I feel like I would look a lot more clean.
It feels like you are trying to scrub a tree.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I mean, what else needs to be cleaned?
But
Ataru, do you think I should shave? He like rubs his stubble.
Anna, do you like the beard?
I don't know. It's just always kind of there.
I mean, like, so like I'd find it like super annoying. Like, is that not scratchy? Like, I don't know. I'm
I mean,
gonna be honest. I don't know
I don't
how
really
to
think
do it.
about it.
It seems like it would like get in the way of everything. Like, I mean, like my hair is long enough that like a lot of times it'll like come down in front of my mouth and it'll like get in my mouth while I'm like eating, and like that's super annoying. So like I can only imagine that like hair around your mouth like that would also get in there, right?
I mean, it's not. I don't keep it that long. Like whenever it starts to go past my lips, then I kind of keep it short. But I don't think I can't actually remember the last time I've done a clean shave. And also, and he like hair is like completely plastered down over his face. Maybe I should get a haircut. Let me look a little bit less. I don't know. Ratty.
I was gonna say scruffy, but the scruffy looks kind of like it's you. I mean, it depends what you want.
In me?
What you want to do? Are you feeling a new look?
I don't know. I mean,
I can never cut your hair. We try something fun.
we could try it.
Just-
And if not, we'll go back.
just stubble raises many
feel like
questions
I'm-
about the nature of the werewolf. Like, is
Well,
it your body that sort of spreads out into his, and then he dies and it becomes you again? And how does your body know how much facial hair to grow?
Well, see, I wonder about that a lot because when I wake up, it's like it's my body, right? Like it's
Mhm.
the exact same, like the same scars. I'm pretty sure it's the same hair, the same everything, except it also doesn't feel like that at all. Like it feels like I have to relearn everything. It does, like for a second, it doesn't feel like my own hands or my own legs or my own senses, but like, they look the same, and all the scars are there, and all the freckles.
That sounds super trippy.
It is
The freckles and the
incredibly
speckles.
trippy. Yes.
I guess this is just a noble nature of magic sometimes. It's just very curious. I did not think about the stubble before now.
Right, and I can tell you, I did not used to be this hairy.
Well, do you want to go back to
That's-
not being hairy and see how it feels?
Well, I mean, it definitely.
I mean, the stubble will roll
I-
back, so I mean, it's not like it's undoable.
I think I cleaned up pretty sharp. Back in the Legion. If I
Let's
do
do
say
it.
so myself.
Let's get you cleaned up. Let's see if we can get the fancy sock.
Makeover party.
Well, I wouldn't say fancy, but
No, we could get you like a
maybe-
suit.
You were
no.
I know a great seamstress.
you was in the Legion?
Yeah, The 11th Legion, actually. I was a scout.
Cecil does a little salute or whatever the Legion does. I came across a couple of them folks throughout my solo travel. Good people. No wonder I like
Yes,
you.
they are, they are very good. Some of the best people I have ever met.
Mm.
Aside from you weirdos, of course.
You could think it was weird.
Cecil is just stacking bubbles on top of Rev's head.
Rev is scrubbing Holt's balls.
Shut up! No! God!
Hey, there you go.
What's he's not here.
He can't
He
say
can't
no.
tell me. He can't tell me I'm wrong.
No consent.
I'm quoting that.
There you go. Just a little friendly cleaning.
Yeah, it's a friendly little. Yeah,
Want me to clean
it's
your
hard to reach
balls,
when you got tiny
King?
arms.
The silence that followed that statement.
Did not see that coming.
This is awesome.
I was like, huh?
Doing what now with his what?
Y'all are judging me now, but he's gonna get on later. He's gonna be like, "Thank you."
Yo,
Those are hard
my
to
balls are
reach.
so clean now. Thanks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got away with handling them.
It's almost like you've done this
You
before.
got
No,
away with woad.
Oh man,
I hate
really
that. I hate that so
getting in there.
much.
Damn, Cecil, you know how to handle my wood.
It's casual, you know. Like we're sort of like Cecil's behind me, scrub my back, and I'm kind of
Hol's
know.
just laying on his back, legs up in the air, just getting the old taint and tackle rubbed
Mhm.
down. Taru, you getting in on this action?
Fucking hell.
Okay. As a weird train of self-grooming is being performed by the men, and Ataru, you tending to yourself on the side. Each of you get cleansed up and squeaky clean, and find moments of reprieve and relaxation. As you are relaxing, though, through the curtains, you can hear someone loudly speaking of various eavesdropped conversations. Families speaking of strange, shadowy creatures lurking and prowling along the outsides of the town. Screeches and screams heard last night as the alarm bells rang through the city. You hear rumors of an incident occurring last night known as the Slaughters.
Huh?
We should probably look into that.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, you
It
said
wasn't
the
no.
only thing that's separating everyone right now is some curtains?
Yeah, like thick, heavy curtains. But you could still like
Oh.
it's these people are like talking and passing, on through the hallway on the other side of the curtain.
Wait, that wasn't us, right?
No, it wasn't. No, we didn't
Okay,
leave.
okay.
We didn't leave the ranch.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Cecil,
We haven't heard about this though. We were away from town.
Cecil grabs his hat and a towel and goes outside.
As as kind of you're getting ready, you hear the thunderous kind of wet slaps of a bunch of feet kind of walking to and fro, and you hear just the overlapping voices of multiple people. And as you
Oh, I thought that was just one mubbers.
whip open the curtain, you can see that the bathhouse has been overtaken by about 500 goblin workers.
Woof.
All just union wages.
The goblins say everything. They're actually a pretty good source of information.
15-minute breaks. Hey, you know, shit.
Maybe not when they're on
Hey,
the
shit. Vacation. Work in the markets. Yep. Hey,
Oh.
John.
I'm gonna get dressed in this start. I'll actually wait no, we're still in the bathroom area. Yeah, fuck it. I'll harass them. Hey, excuse me.
You're
Were you
having
beckoning them
to.
into our room?
No,
Yeah, what-
I left.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, I just like stepped out, like, and I tried to catch one of them.
They're like, as you each try to make your way through, you find that you're having to either push aside little naked goblins or step over them. And they're like, hey, oh, excuse me.
Oh, wait, do you have a second? I have a question.
One of them, rubbing their back with a loofah, stops and just kind of slowly turns their side eye at you, like,
We were out of town last night, but we heard people talking about this slaughtering. What happened last night?
no, it was horrible. It was horrible. I've never seen anything like it. It was absolutely disgusting. I only heard about it though.
Okay, well, what did you hear about? What was?
Some bad mojo went down and people got. And he looks left and looks right. Slaughtered.
Yeah, I kind of got that from the name. Do you have any specifics?
Nah, I just heard it from rumors. And he goes back to loofahing his back on the stick. Just
That wasn't helpful.
Maybe we can ask the bathhouse owner.
Yeah. Or we could go to the Adventurers Hall and ask.
Yeah, here, let me grab my pants, and he goes back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get dressed as well.
Yeah, Reb does the same.
I guess we're going now.
I mean, do you want to spend more time in the bath? I'm pretty much done. Oh wait, we
No,
didn't shave
it's
yet.
fine.
Do you want to get the shaving?
No, I don't. I think I'll do that at home.
Okay.
I don't have anything with me here.
I mean, I have knives.
Well,
like,
maybe there's like a barber in town.
Is this...
Oh, we could try the backyard. I don't know.
I can give you a close.
No, I'm sure this is a barber. This would be fun later.
He gets
Closest
out,
shave you'll get is with a straight
shakes
razor.
like a dog.
full
I do
body
have a lot
shake.
of knives.
Sounds like a shit.
He's having a hard time pulling on his stretchy pants.
Why?
Nothing worse than putting leggings on when you're slightly damp.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, she's 100% right.
And you guys
Alright.
begin making your way through. For the taller folk, you're able to step over and pick the correct spots to sneak your legs into as you wade through the sea of goblins. For the shorter folk, being everyone other than Ataru and Cecil, you are having to push naked goblins out of the way. Dongle and Titty, green and brown, as you're having to squeeze and push past moistened goblin as the waters are sloshing in your boots as you make your way forward. Pushing ever forward through the green tide, you hear more and more whispers. Ah, yes, communion wages, blah, blah, blah. Union meeting tonight. Don't forget, Bob. And they're like, yep. You hear a whisper of the slaughters. Last night, 10 people dead. Brutally murderized. Bodies
Nope.
strewn to the streets
Do we know where in town?
Not murderized.
throughout the town.
Oh, just throughout.
Throughout the town as you begin making your way out. Pushing to and fro, eventually you find a bunch of goblins almost locked arms, making the little monkey grooming conga line. And they go, hey, pal, you want to join?
No, thank you.
Okay. And they're like, all right, hold on, we'll make some room, we'll make some room. And they start pushing around here like, ah! As people are getting lifted and thrown over other people, eventually making a row. But in the briefest of moments, you see it. An opening. A singular path to run through.
Go, go, go!
I go.
Sprinting forward, each of you begin kind of just shoulder checking and plowing through whatever goblins you can. Blasting your way. The door almost there. But someone steps in your way and sock you smash right into them. Broken and bloodied nose.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Your
shit.
eyeballs soaked. You feel as if you are getting bludgeoned and trampled upon. Sock you take. 12 bludgeoning damage from being trampled.
Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Hey, out of the way, stop!
Get off!
I'll try to part the sea of goblins and like stand in front of Sock to try to like
Get off of
be a
me!
bigger wall.
Eventually, Sock, go ahead and make an athletics check as you try to hoist yourself up from the floor of the goblins.
Did I do it?
Okay. You are able to grab arm and thigh and limb, crawling your way up and out. Before rising up and finding out another bloody nose goblin staring you right in the face. Buck-toothed and lazy-eyed. Wiping the soap from her eyes, she goes, I'm sorry. Mouth agape, face now red.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Speckles. Hello.
Hello. Begins to pant and realize she looks down. Nude in form, she realizes before. Eek. Takes her 2 fingers and pokes you in the eyeballs.
Ow! He immediately looks up at the ceiling.
Go ahead and roll me Constitution saving throw.
One second.
You are blinded for 1 minute.
Ow! Why?
As you
Why?
feel her kind of push and squeeze past you. Zoop, into the fray. Eventually, with the help of Ataru, your tall, motherly figure, you are pulled out of the goblin masses.
That was unfortunate. How can you see? Can you see all right? She kind of. Yeah.
I think my nose is broken.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, that doesn't look too good.
Does
Okay.
it look
Yeah.
bad?
It's okay.
His eyes are
It's
like
seen better
bloodshot.
days, but like it's not like it's like crooked. I mean, a little swelling, yeah, but it's not like I have to snap it back in place, you know?
She poked me in the eyes.
I mean,
On purpose?
Yes, on purpose.
I think she was just you did kind of like stare at her boobs for a little bit.
Listen, we are literally the same height. I can't help it. We ran into each other. I wasn't.
If you're
I
the
wasn't
same height,
intentionally
your eyes
trying
should
to.
be at her eyes.
I wasn't trying. Listen. Listen, you with
I'm
red
not
eyes. I wasn't
saying you deserved it. I'm just saying I get where she's coming from.
I think it was a little uncalled for.
All right, well, either way, let's just get out of here and
Yes.
give you a place to like rest. I'll just kind of like carry him out.
He's very red.
You make your way out. Make your way out of the bathhouse into the crowded streets. There, where art thou headed?
Mm,
Still haven't gotten
Were we
breakfast.
saying
Adventurers Guild.
That too.
unless something crazy happens, we could probably just say that we grab breakfast on the way.
True. Probably would ask around about the slaughter room, but probably still more of like the rumor mill rather than actual information.
Mm-hmm.
Then you head. My balls. You head to the Adventurers Guild. There you find the usual hustle and bustle, but there is a bit more movement involved. You can see on the bulletin board there is multiple postings of the same red-crested bounty. The red crest, once again, meaning that it is set up by the town itself. The town, and by default, the Adventurers Guild. From the glance at the font, at least from this distance, before inspecting, you can see that it is all identical.
Could this be the what's causing whatever happened last night? I'm gonna read it.
Wait, what? Sorry, I can't. What? Can you read it?
As you go ahead and read over the bounty. It says that is a peculiar bounty for the hunting, investigation, and destruction of the culprit of murders that occurred last night. It lists off a few kind of shared details given by the city guard in order to prevent people from flocking to the city guard, asking constant questions. It says they occurred in all 4 districts, the murders. There are 9 bodies total. They were performed in gruesome and grotesque fashion. And they believe that there was a tinge of magic involved. There are no witnesses. And there are no leads other than that.
Hmm.
The people murdered were of no reputable note.
Do you think it might have been her?
Yeah, my immediate thought was because remember the people at the bathhouse were talking also about the shadow creatures being back.
Hmm. Y'all talking
And
about
she is looking for.
Prinzella or
Stella, yeah.
Vestris?
I was talking about Vestris.
Cecil Smith.
Vestris isn't around. She'd be draining the bodies. That would definitely be. That would be
Jesus
mentioned
Christ.
if they were looking like, they've been sucked dry, rather than
Well,
saying
I mean,
gruesome
it
doesn't
just
really
says
add much context.
gruesome.
Was it like claw marks? Were the body parts strewn about? Also, what commonalities were between the victims that would help in the case of someone, going around killing a bunch of people? That would help narrow down if they had this kind of pattern that they're going after. But that never mind.
Looks like we got a murder mystery on our hands.
I would like to ask more questions about the specifics of this, what the bodies looked like.
I guess
Well, if we take the job, we can interview the whole town.
let's take it.
We can ask as many questions as we want.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be able to go to the actual sites, do some investigation.
Okay. And as you go to rip one of the many copies of the bounty off the wall, you can see paired with others, as others are ripping their bounties off the wall. All the self-same bounty, as some are going back to their group and having gestures of pondering and perusing, scratchings of chin and whispers. Seems like every adventure is on the hunt today. Everyone a would-be amateur detective.
Hmm.
And you begin sitting and waiting in line as 3, 4, 5 groups are in front of you. Filing the same as Mezzo pop, 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 stamps a bunch of things and sending them on their way before arriving to you. Like, oh, are you picking up on the bounty as well?
Seems like it.
Yes.
Well, it is quite fabulous indeed. There is a handsome reward involved.
I didn't even read the reward. What's the reward?
And she kind of Mezzo points to the bottom and it says a measly portion of 500 gold, but a town artifact.
Artifact.
Mm-hmm. Being a town of merchants and all kinds of folks, in order to establishment, a lot of them put up collateral for various safety and things such as that. In turn, we get a big plethora of strange and unusual items to either be sold or used.
Ooh.
What kind of town artifact? Like, what's the usual?
Well, I mean, we have a staff that shoots lightning bolts. We have a couple capes and cloaks that do all kinds of things, transforms into wings, or perhaps even turn people invisible. I mean, there's a whole bunch. I don't know which one that we're giving out. That's up to Foreigner. She's really just doing it to entice people to try and find the murderers. Brutal. brutal murderers. Brutal murders.
Wait,
Mhm.
do you know anything about these murders, Mazel?
I do. It was one merchant of the guild absolutely slaughtered, turned inside out.
Inside
4
out.
regular townsfolk, their arms ripped off and shoved up their ass.
Oh my lord.
And then 2 goblins, horrifically disassembled and put back together in a horrible cube of mesh and disgusting.
Are all the bodies were
And
they?
she holds up a handkerchief to prevent herself from gagging. Like,
Oh,
I've
sorry,
never
darling.
seen goblins folded that way.
This is a very nice act, Mezel, but how can we be sure that you are not the one who did this?
She hesitates for a second. She's like, "You're right. That's the kind of detectiveness we need." For all I know, maybe I am the one that did it. Good eye, Rev.
Thank you, Mezel. I do not actually believe it's you. We need to start our detective working somewhere, you know?
Oh, okay.
I'd like
It wasn't
to
you, right?
insight check
No,
Mazel.
but I was I was a little excited. I like a good drama. As roll insight.
She loves true crime.
Oh wait, that's intimidation. No, it's the wrong one.
As you each roll an insight, you can tell she's getting a little hot and toasty on the collar. Appears she's a. As you look in the back, you can see the book that she's reading is a murder mystery noir romance book.
Oh no!
Romance. Wow.
She like starts to fan herself like, oh, I don't think. I mean, everyone has secrets, and maybe you might have to do some interrogating to get out of me. I don't think I'm the murderer, though. She bites her bottom lip while eyeing Cecil.
he takes 3 steps back.
It's okay, guys. I shall take the lead on this one. Why don't we find somewhere more private, Miss Mezel?
Oh my god.
She begins to fan herself. She's like,
Atari throws her hands up and walks away.
I'll tell you what. I get off at 9 o'clock tonight and switch with the night shift. If you'd like to meet in over I don't know, over by the park outside, we can discuss. She's getting just beat red.
We can meet by the park, yes. This is a good public place for a confrontation.
Yes. Well, we can start public and
If you are the murderer, it would
head somewhere more private. Yes, you're right. If I was the murderer, I'd be
need to be
trying
in
to
public, yes.
lead you somewhere quiet where I could murder you, such as the boudoir.
Well, this is why we shall be meeting at the park.
Yes.
Sock narrows his eyes. What are you talking about?
We got business to attend to. Thank you, Mazel.
Do not skip
tips
out
his
on our
hat.
meeting, Mezel, or it will raise our suspicions of you to the highest degree.
Oh no. All right, I'll meet you at 9.
Man, she has been really horny since Milo died. What the hell?
I'm losing my mind.
Rev, you dog.
What dog?
She must be really lonely since Milo's not around anymore. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
What was their relationship like before?
I mean, he basically just like gaslit her and fucked her. Like, that's
I mean,
essentially what I got out of it.
to each their own. It seems like she might be into that.
It feels like
After
you
what I
might
just
have
saw, I
been
guess
picking
she
up
is afraid.
some. It feels like this group might have been picking up some different vibes than I did. Is this like
Did you not see her
a
biting her lip and fanning herself?
like a murderer?
No, like,
no.
she
Like
wanted
a
to- she wanted to
murderer?
fuck.
I think she was getting turn on the being in a semi-helpless situation like.
I think
She
she
would
wants
not be
to.
helpless. We'd just be
I
meeting
think
as
she
a
wants
park.
to like role play, like.
Oh,
That was
Christ.
well, she did say
You really done.
where
Really
where
done.
where's the merchant's place around here? Let's go investigate that guy first.
There's just the market in general, but then there's the merchant guild hall, like just outside of town. We can do either of them. Probably the guild hall, probably the best way.
Yeah, let's see these this person's over there.
I hope she does not. I hope you guys are wrong and she does not get the wrong idea about anything. I thought since the wedding, it was a pretty public knowledge about me and Isaiah. But I guess if I see her tonight
Well,
at the
you
park, then I
definitely
will
gave
have
her some
to.
mixed signals.
I had wanted to interrogate her. I told her an investigation has to start somewhere, right? She seems to know the most about the whole situation.
There was nothing mixed about those segments.
Oh dear.
Alright, let's walk and talk. Fellas. Time is of the essence here.
Oh dear.
And
As
we
you
do that.
make your way over to the guild hall,
Nope.
you can see
Did
there's
not mean to click that.
already a plethora of adventurers kind of accosting every merchant with all manner of questions. You find that even every available merchant is just like, "Ah, yes, no, I've already been asked this question. Please, please, I didn't. Please."
Yeah, let's not.
Maybe we need to be a little more stealthy.
Yeah, what if we
Is
just
there
start
like where did
accosting
they keep all these bodies? Is there like a morgue or someplace?
Gentleman pipes up and ventures. Well, hey there. See, you're also on the trail of these would-be murderers, yes?
Well, what gives you that impression? What if I'm just here to buy some Cecil looks around and names the first thing he sees.
Good
Beads.
rewards.
The gentleman wearing kind of more of a similar to a forester's outfit, a hatchet at his waist and an unstrung longbow kind of folded into or tucked into a quiver. He says, "Well, easy now. I just assumed, as everyone here appears to also be trying to find the murderers of all this. Gruesome stuff, but I'm really in it for the money. I'm looking to retire."
Why do you keep saying murderers? You're assuming this is a group?
No, murderers.
Oh, I heard him
Murderers.
I kept hearing murderers.
Oh, what is that noise?
Oh shit! Sorry.
A
Ah!
chime from the gods. No phones at D&D.
Can't believe I targeted up their mouth.
Kenku vibes.
Sorry. I got cursed a while back.
Well, I couldn't find any luck here. When I talked to the merchants, they all said the same thing. He was just out drinking for the night, never returned in the morning, and they found him all flipped inside out.
What's this
Pretty
dude's
gruesome.
name? Do you know it?
He shrugs, says, "Nah, I didn't really ask that. He was just a regular old merchant. I was hoping to see if
Wait,
maybe he was into some seedy business or wandering in the wrong side of town or had, strange relationships that would cause someone to do such a thing, but he appears to just be a regular guy of no notable interest."
Wait, are you saying they found him at the place where he was drinking, or
No, they found him in the street.
which street?
In the main street that heads to the Merchants Hall, the East Street, which would be the street.
Maybe
Damn,
should
we
go
just walked
check out
through
the
there.
place.
All
What was
right.
that?
I was saying, damn, we just walked through there.
Well, I assume they clean it up a little bit. I mean, they burned all the bodies and whatnot, but you know, there's
Why
never.
would they do that?
And he turns aside because the man was turned inside out.
Yeah, they're not really gonna
Can't
have
really
trouble.
bury that. People got superstition. They might
But-
think something horrible and heinous might come up. You got to
Well,
They
give him the
couldn't have
proper
just like
burial rites.
preserved him for the investigation.
Hang on.
He blinks his eyes. What?
This
What? You know,
something about this stinks,
Okay.
Sock.
Well, hopefully we'll go and we'll
Yeah, probably
catch
not.
whatever did this, as damn near every adventurer in the town's out here looking for him.
Hang on. Hang on. Let me speak to my compatriots. And Cecil kneels down to whisper in Sock's ear. Like, I think the person who did this might be on the inside. I think we should
I
go
think so too.
talk to these guards, because why else would they dispose of these bodies so soon?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
This
like, why
is-
would you
this-
destroy the evidence if it's a murder?
This smells like pigs. It smells like pigs.
Sock smells his arms.
Taro
it's not
has
me.
never bonded with Cecil more than when he called cops pigs.
Sounds like a hog show out here.
And they're getting everybody to run around and like chickens with their fucking heads cut off, trying to look for these guys when they're staring us right in the goddamn face.
I think we need to go incognito.
Yeah. I'm not good at dressing. Speaking of, I gotta go use the little cowboy's room. So
Didn't you just go to
turn.
the bathroom
Again?
at the bathhouse?
Yeah, but this coffee I drink. Where the fuck is my mouse? Okay. I'll be back.
As
If you want my opinion, guys, I'm half tempted to say it's Prince Stella. Might be trying to make moves or something. We need to go convince her to fake her death.
I honestly don't think I can make any kind of guess right now. I mean, my first guess was Vestris, but I don't know. Well, I don't know. It could have been a beast as well.
They said
Or
it
maybe it
a
was
tumor
some kind of
murder.
sickness or some kind of curse that took over someone. You know, like there could be so many different reasons, and I really would like to go to the actual sites and see if there's any kind of correlation, maybe, or any kind of correlation between the people or something like that.
The guards didn't want people to be coming up to them to ask more questions. They really should have been more specific on that poster. Just pin locations, pin identities of the people killed. Easy.
I mean, from a kind of cursory kind of look, like all those murders seemed not just gruesome, but kind of personal, like kind of vindictive, like taking someone's arms and shoving them up their butt and
Turning inside
folding
out
some
and then
into a cube. Like that doesn't seem like something that like they were murdered for some kind of purpose. It was just kind of sadistic.
murdered for
He
pleasure.
shivers.
Or I mean, if the bodies were or if the people were of note, like then it could have been like making a statement.
But I mean, they weren't. It said like none of them were
Yeah.
necessarily important.
I mean, unless they were like my
Unless
thought
there was
is
something
maybe
that
all of
connected
them
them
were like
all.
yeah. My thought
Well,
was
it
that
would be
maybe they
hard
were
to
all
it would be hard to tell if anything was taken from the bodies as they are burned now, huh?
I mean,
Unfortunately, yes.
So it's not even easy to say whether this was part of some ritual or some collection or something like this. It was just a thing.
I don't know. My
A
thought
very
was
bad
just
thing.
like if they all cross some kind of, like crime group, they could be making a statement like, "Hey, don't cross us." That shit happens a lot, but who knows really? We have no leads other than shit just being slightly magical, and then all the fucked up ways the bodies are found in.
I think we should visit the crime scenes.
Did we ever
From what
confirm
we heard, they're all cleaned up.
Well, I mean,
the?
they're all cleaned up, but maybe like something about the locations are similar. Like maybe there's a sewer hole around all of them. Or I mean, maybe I could like, I don't know. He like taps his nose. Maybe I could smell something. Or
Can you smell again after she punched the lights out of it?
what?
Is your nose feeling better?
I mean, it's a little stopped up, but I think it's still effective.
Right?
At least I'd like to try.
Yeah, I think it's worth a try. We can go over to the thing. We only know the one location though.
Yes, we will have to find the others, but maybe it's a locational similarity. Like we really, since we don't know anything, like we might as well investigate everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I keep clicking on stuff when I'm trying to scroll across something.
Okay.
I think this is a good plan. I think also, so Cecil wanted to talk to the guards first. We could wait for him to do that, and then go investigate this situation. And then, if we don't find any other leads through just talking to people, maybe we could do like a bit of a stakeout tonight. Just kind
Yes,
of
I think we could.
hang out, posted around the town a little bit, not too far away from one another, but enough to make us look helpless and see what
Are you
happens.
saying suggest ourselves as bait?
Yes.
I was gonna say we find like a tall tower in the town and just I was gonna watch from like the rooftops and shit like that. That's what I thought would be a good idea.
Did we ever confirm the death of the dude with a hat?
Wait, you mean like the troll that had the
What?
magical hat?
Yes.
Yeah, we killed the shit out of him.
But
Wait,
are
what?
we sure that he doesn't have like any healing property? Because he seems like he could do this
He
wait.
did have healing
pretty
properties, but
easily and non-magically.
we fucking cut his
Who
head off.
are you even talking about?
There was a troll.
He had a magical hat that made him smart, but then we knocked off the smart hat, and then he went like rah, and then we killed him.
Okay.
He seems
Either
strong
way, I
enough
think
to
we can
turn someone
find out.
inside out, and this is like the only thing I've met is that was strong enough to possibly turn something inside out, as it were. So this is just the
think the
first thing that
guards-
comes to my mind.
I think the guards will be able to tell us where the other people were found.
I think I'm gonna follow in Caesar's footsteps. I'm gonna go to the little Oni's room. Be right back.
So the first one, here. Y'all see where I indicated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 people are gone, so we might as well wait.
Yeah.
Lol.
These little pee-pee people. What the heck?
Little people.
Pee-pee people. A little pee-pee people in the bathroom.
People.
Oh no, I'm slipping and falling and loading up a game of TFT. Just kidding. Ooh. I don't think I did a good job of playing Rev as naive there. I think people just think that he had secret intentions.
We're like,
Whatever.
wait. Oh no.
It works. If we get to that scene at some point, I'll try and
It'd be so
lean
good.
harder into that naivete.
Please do. Wait, are you gonna make us all go as a group? So
I don't know. I've got no idea.
we all show up, and Messel's like, "Oh,
Right. I'll show up wearing spandex, like cat suits or something, so that we can stake out the town. But Messel's just like, heart literally stops. I'm thinking I might just try and get some blood from her.
for the investigation."
No, for the quarter gallon of blood I still need.
Yes, but quote for the investigation.
Right, yeah, for the investigation, quote unquote. Take like a whole pint of blood.
Isn't she small?
Pint's not a lot.
Good amount for a small.
I'm gonna Google what happens if you lose a pint of blood.
Go do a crime.
Oh no.
People out here talking about percentages instead of like exact numbers. Your body has about 10 pints of blood. When you give blood, they take about a pint.
Isn't she like a gnome though?
And around 30 to 40% blood loss is when you would start having violent reactions.
Could a child lose that amount of blood?
It's a good question. I guess we'll see.
Oh no.
No, yeah, I'm not going to take like an extreme amount of blood from her or anything, but I do think that that'd be a fun way to resolve this. Go do a crime. No.
Murderous hands you a gun. Go do a crime. Go.
Man, I wanted to react with like
Do a
something from
crime.
Lindsay's Discord, but I don't have nitro, so here, have one of these. There's 2 emotes in this chat. You get one.
Taking some big shits.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome. All right. Now at least one's back. Where are you going?
To the guards.
You head to the guardhouse. There you can see that there's one guard posted up at the gate that's like, all right. We'll continue asking your questions. I'll keep answering them. No, we can't tell that they're related. No, and he's just like on a loop. He's just reading from a script, if you will. No, we cannot release the names until their bodies have been identified. No, we can't. But eventually, through various listenings, you find that the goblins were killed in the market. 2 goblins
no.
were killed in the markets, and 3 regulars were in the food court. With 1 being over here. 1 regular over here. Possibly leaving Henriette's after spying on their neighbors.
Hmm.
Excuse me, Mr. Guard.
No, there are no signs of what?
We had a maybe out of the ordinary question for you.
Make it
Something
quick.
to break the monotony.
Make it quick. I'm only allowed to give certified and accepted statements.
Why were the bodies burned?
They were burned because we have a necromancer in the town. Also, the magics outside have caused various things to rise up. That, and we also don't want carrion disease. Now, since the graveyard gets exhumed every now and again, and we have yet to identify the bodies, we took all their belongings and are waiting to see if anyone can recognize them from amongst friends and family. Then we burned and cremated the bodies.
You burned and cremated the bodies before identifying them?
We took their stuff. Besides, would you be able to identify a brother or lover if they were inside out?
This feels like a trick question.
No, he's got a point.
No, I guess this is fair. It's just a little suspicious. You know what I mean?
Suspicious that they can't tell that somebody was whatever because they were inside out? That doesn't seem suspicious at all. That seems very predictable to me.
It seems suspicious that this guard here had an answer so quick for something that does not seem like a protocol. He said he had protocol answers, and then he had an answer for this. It does not seem very protocol, Mr. Guard.
Riv, I feel like you're having a little bit too much fun with this.
Sounds awfully concerned with the bodies. Sounding pretty suspicious, like a murderer to me.
Oh
Any
my
more
god,
of
you
this?
think we're doing
I
this
see he's
today?
throwing
Any
it back.
more
This
of
is-
this talk,
this
I
is-
might have to throw you in the dungeon. And go and kind of
Very
whistles,
sussy.
whistles over to a few other guards and start walking up.
Ugh, alright, I can't deal with this. I'm leaving.
We have a problem here.
No, this was a goof and a gaff, and I'm glad that Mr. Guard, the man here, went along with it. This was fun.
All right.
I'm just a small boy trying to play detective.
All right, understood. Strangely robed boy, despite it being the heat of summer.
It's a skin condition. Thank you. We shall be on our way.
He got cursed to permanently have bark skin.
So, as you wander away from the guardhouse, where are you going now?
I guess
Hmm.
we're
I'd
going to
like
the John to check on Cecil.
investigate. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Also investigate where, like, the location of all of the sites of murder.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. Although I have a feeling we're gonna run into a lot more adventurers in those places.
Cecil, I see you have arrived back. The guards did not seem suspicious. They gave very clean answers for why they burned the bodies.
You straight up called one of the guards suspicious to his face, and he almost locked us in the dungeon because of it.
Us?
Rev, you're just going around calling everyone we talk to suspicious. You did it to Bezel, and she's just a true crime fanatic.
This confrontational attitude of yours seems very suspicious, Ataru.
Oh my fucking god.
No, let's go check out these murder sites. It seems very interesting, yes.
Which one are you headed to first?
Where are we at?
Yeah,
No,
I was about to say, where
guardhouse.
are we?
By the guardhouse right here.
We'll go to the one on the East Main Street.
Yeah.
As you head to the East Main Street, even before arriving, you see just the street is crowded with adventurers. Crowded with adventurers with magnifying glasses and adventurers detecting magic and detecting identify over any like spoon or misbegotten plant. They're questioning anyone walking on the streets. It is a gaggle of amateur detectives. Magic, inquisition abound. But there is at least an area which everyone has cordoned off that they say that the body is around. They said, oh, here's the body. A few mages in the background. I sense magic. It's coming from, and they're just like pointing at each other.
Is there any way
Tara
we
just
can
face
get them to
palms.
go away?
Technically, we're classified the same as them, so I mean, it's not like they have any more of a right to this shit than we do.
Someone screams from the alleyway, I found a knife! Everyone runs over, and as they hold it up, it's just a rusty butter knife. Some people are like, the murder weapon. Bring it over, I'll identify it. And they go, identifying it. They're like, oh, what is this? All over it. Blood!
It's rust,
A
idiot.
big oath, like, just oath of a barbarian, like, licks it. Strawberry jam. 3 months old. Moldy. Not right for eating. Not the murder weapon. And he turns around and just leaves.
Oh my god.
Are there any blood spots on the ground?
There are not. Actually, they're... No. Washed away in the morning rain.
Well, okay. I am just gonna try to note any anything that sticks out about this area, like what Sock said earlier, like sewer grates, any other kind of
Any drainage
entryway,
systems where the water might have gone?
yeah, entryways, just basically I'm trying to remember as much of this area to compare it to the next one.
Okay.
Like,
There are no entryways of note. There are a few alleys where someone could jump out, but the street is large. They would need to jump out and run easily 30 feet from the edges to assault this person. As they are pretty much in the middle of wherever they died was roughly in the middle of the street. You overhear a few detective adventurers going, It seems that the murders were done close to the morning. I assume they expected any left behind clues to be washed away in the morning rain. And everyone else is like, oh.
I'm gonna look around for any signs of a claw mark or any kind of. I'm trying to rule out like any kind of like shadow beast or some kind of thing like that.
Are there any like houses and whatnot like that might have seen something like I'm gonna go question those people?
There are a few dilapidated houses, and there are adventurers already like interrogating the neighbors. One just being an elderly woman and a gentleman going, "We didn't see anything. We just heard a loud crunch and he was unfolded. When we came outside, we just found." And she covers her mouth and begins to cry.
Wanna roll inside on her? She lying?
Roll insight then.
Rev leans to Ataru and says, "Does she seem suspicious to you?"
No, I don't. Look,
From
if
her
any of
body
these
language,
people have
she
seen
appears to be
anything,
honest
these other
and
fucks
true.
are gonna have figured they're gonna be yelling about it because you can see they're yelling about everything, even if it's not relevant in any capacity.
Does anyone want to I mean I cannot detect magic, but
I can. What do you
might
want me
be
to check
worth a
magic
shot.
on?
I mean maybe there's like some kind of residual. I don't know. I don't really know how magic works. It
Hang
just kind
on.
of pops out of me.
I can try, but as you can see from these other fucks doing it, they're detecting each other's magic.
Is there
And so it's not really a good
That's true.
hang on, I got
indication
we
we
should
have
wait
yet
till,
since it
like,
was
night.
necessarily magical.
Are there any horses or animals hitched up around here? Like outside people's houses or anything?
No.
Animals? Raccoons of sort?
There is a few rats. They're
Rats?
eating garbage, yeah. They're eating garbage off
I'd
to the
like-
side.
Cecil saunters over to these rats and
They and begin to scurry away.
hey, whoa, hey, speak with animals.
Okay, what are you saying?
whoa, fellas, whoa.
They like stop and they're like, "Oi, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Can you understand us?"
I can. Yeah,
The other one turns. "I think he can understand us."
Yeah.
The two rats look at you. "Can you understand us?"
Cecil nods, tips his hat. Howdy, friends.
"A conversationalist." And they hold out a piece of trash. "Rotten apple."
Nah, take it. Thank you. Can you guys help me out really quick? I got a couple
My name
questions.
is Franz.
My name's Cecil. Nice
And
to meet
his
you.
name is Stubbins.
Franz and Stubbins. Handsome
Stubbins
names.
bows. "Hello, and thank you. What can we do for you today?
I got
We're just out here eating trash,
were you guys
living life.
here this morning?
Huh. Every morning we're here.
Nice.
We just live, we just laugh, and of course, we eat trash."
Well, you see, a person was turned inside out, and I wanted to know if you guys saw who or what may have done it. Over there, and Cecil points.
Franz, that's the body. And they're like, "Oh yeah, that was good body. We
Yo.
were eating it."
Oh, shit. Well, did you see what did that to him, or her?
No, we didn't. But we thought it was real cool. We just heard a
So
and then we wandered over and found a smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord, yes.
Stubbins. It was a blessing from above. Stubbins nods. Y'all.
All right. Well,
Well, hold on now.
oh.
We heard there were other smorgasbords across the town.
Y'all hearing it through the grapevine of people or
No, of rats.
rats? All right.
We got a big family,
Do
and
you
we're
know?
only growing even bigger now that our rat folk stopped exploding.
I don't. I'm sorry,
It
friends.
was not very live, laugh, eat trash those days. But it's all right. I just wake up, live, laugh, fuck my 7 wives, and then eat trash.
Oh, here. Can you do me a favor and ask any of your family and or 7 wives and I assume many children about these here murders?
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Cecil Ulysses MacArthur.
Okay, so hold on. What we'll do is we'll do a little bit of investigating. And then Stubbins and go, y'all, you come and you find us. You can recognize us by Stubbins has a scar on his thigh. And I'm got a crooked left tooth. And the rat like wiggles it.
Very nice.
Okay, we're gonna go do some investigating. Goodbye, Cecil.
Thank you, fellers. And he
Hey, ho, for the road. And he hands you a little piece of bread.
hell yeah. Thank you. Good
And
luck.
they kind of wait, and they like expect you to eat it.
I'll take a bite.
Go on, it's my favorite.
All right, take some bite. Tentative
Constitution roll.
bite.
Constitution roll.
Oh God.
It is
Save?
beyond moldy. Constitution safe. You, with a grimace, choke it down as it breaks apart and dissolves into its moldy components. And they go, goodbye. And then
Goodbye.
leave. And they scurry off.
He pockets the rest of the moldy bread and the moldy apple. All right, I got some friends on the case.
I'm sorry, what?
What do y'all know? Y'all know anything about exploding rats?
Oh yeah, Vestris used to like.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how she would like form. You would like drain them. Like, yeah.
All right. Well, the rats of the town are helping us. So if we see one with a scar on his left leg or something, his thighs, his name's Stubbins. The other one's name is Friends. He's got a loose tooth.
Okay.
Wait, they speak common?
No, but I can talk to him.
I will keep that noted, and I will keep looking at
Don't be killing any rats now, all right?
All right.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, they didn't see anything. They just heard I'm assuming the poor soul person just scream as he got turned inside out, so.
Or just bored.
Yeah, and then they may have eaten some of the body.
Joy.
I can't fault rats.
No, I guess it seems fair. Let me check around a little bit as well. I'm not entirely convinced this is magical. But even if it was magical, I'm not entirely convinced that rain washes away all footprints. And I'm going to go check maybe the surrounding alleys and stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to check the cobblestone for any like claw marks or something, but I'll also probably ritually cast detect magic just to cover all the bases.
Okay. For the claw marks, you go ahead and you search over the area. There's scrapings of hooves and people's feet and whatnot, but over the general area, there really isn't anything notable in terms of claw marks. However, you do find in the center area where they've cordoned off, there are cracks in the ground, like that of impact. as if something heavy had fallen there. Rev, as you search the alleyways, go ahead. Survival.
Yeah.
Pondering through, you see that there's footprints around, maybe one or two sets. Nothing that looks like they were running. However, kind of gazing over the area, you do find that there is the front half of a footprint on a little outcropped edge of a house, as if someone were stepping up, perhaps climbing.
Hmm. Um.
And you can see further up, there are indeed footprints going up, and eventual footprints going down before meeting back into the street, where they are washed away by the other hundreds of footprints.
Right. Interesting. As far as mid yawn, I think Rev would just take that in and then come back to the group and say something like, I don't know if this is important or not, but I did see some strange footprints that maybe you don't normally see. Someone climbing up onto a roof before coming into this alley.
I do that all the time.
Well,
Maybe we should check the roof.
this is
Yeah,
true.
every time I leave to go on errands, I just run through the roofs. I don't really.
Yes, but you're strange.
Sir. Also,
I feel
Well,
like
this is a strange case.
most people do not just walk around on the rooftops. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Also,
Unless you are saying that you are suspicious.
oh my fucking god. I found a bunch of heavy impact marks over there.
I think we should definitely check the roof then.
We can
Like,
check the roof.
check
It just
the
seemed like he went up on
roofs.
the roof and then went down, so I didn't know if there was a reason to go up, but we could go up.
I'm gonna go check the roofs.
Okay. As you climb up the roof, you find it is tiled and patched. There's not much around of any note up here, at least at cursory glance.
I'm going to try to check for anything resembling the impact marks that I saw previously.
I'm gonna look for scratch marks or displaced tiles or marks of some kind.
Does Urban do anything with investigation? Oh, it does, yeah, passive investigation, that's right.
As you go and look over any marks, there's a few footprints, but nothing indicating that someone leaped off. But someone was indeed standing on top of this roof in the same way you are now.
Which side of the roof? The side that's overlooking where the murder occurred, or like?
Yes, the side that is overlooking where the murder occurred.
Let's go check out the other location for any other people of anything of like people going onto a rooftop.
You just said it's clear that someone was standing up here, someone humanoid, not like a big ox.
Yes, it
Or like a
humanoid to
bear.
an extent. Yeah, whatever was up there was not like some heavy laden creature. They're a regular footprints, not big crunchy boy
Gotcha.
crushers.
So, probably whatever made those. Also, where are the heavy impact marks in relation to this rooftop?
Where the body was.
Oh, it's right
In the
where the
middle of
body
the
was.
street. Yeah.
Are there any kind of signs of like machinery being set up or anything on the other? Like, can I look at the roofs on the other side of the street
The
from
other side of the
here?
street are just dilapidated old houses.
Any signs of something leaping off of the roof?
No. As mentioned before, there were no signs of any cracked roof tiles or anything that jumped off.
Okay.
Anything smell weird?
I don't think
Well,
you
there
can
was a
tell.
few other murder sites. We could just keep going around and see if maybe a pattern emerges.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think that would be a good idea.
Why don't we move south of here to near the Muddy Boots?
Yeah, the one south of Muddy Boot.
As you head down to the Muddy Boots, this is where two of the regulars murdered. There, to the south, south of the Muddy Boots, north of the food quarter, you can see a table, kind of public eating area, has been cordoned off, and adventurers on all sides are investigating and inspecting. The crime scene is horrid as everyone is bouncing around, things have been moved, carts has been pushed aside. There is a plethora of people casting all sorts of magics, searching everywhere, high and low. You can hear, even through the frustration of various other adventurers, going, "Man, we're not going to find anything in here. Everyone's trouncing all over. If there was anything, it would be either snatched up or crushed underfoot." And as you look, you can see their assumptions are correct, as there's easily 100 adventurers roaming around.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, quick, let's see what's up on the roof.
Yeah, try to find
Yeah,
a rooftop
absolutely.
that someone may have gone onto. Otara will just immediately go up to the rooftops.
So I'm gonna try to eavesdrop for information that other adventurers have already gathered about like witnesses that might have seen it or
Wrong thing. I'm just trying to click
what he
stuff.
was doing.
Okay. As you kind of ask around, you can hear that most of the adventurers have discerned that whatever is involved is doing such in gruesome fashion, but these were out eating late in the night food market, eating pastries and whatnot. Not much could be seen as they were a little tucked away from the others, but once the gruesome screams and guttural noises were heard, the people of the night market rushed over to find that they were too late. But they had heard strange noises just beforehand, before the screams and the reveal. And after this one, it is said that this is where the alarm bells started occurring, as news had gotten out of these murders first, and apparently all the other murders happened afterward.
Hmm.
Over up on the roofs, there's not much to be seen, as the roofs are slick and very steep. There are gutters to kind of wash away the rain tide, but not one could easily stand upon, as these roofs are all kind of sharpened to a quick point, as they're not really meant for housing, but instead for storage and restauranting.
Are there any alley or like
Plenty of alleyways.
any grates that look rummaged or mysterious holes?
There are many mysterious holes. There are lots of trash cans and food rubbish and all sorts of alleyways and places that people could duck in and out of. Easy place for a hit and run. Cecil, you find there are a plethora of rats looking at you from the darkness of the alleyways.
He ducks into the alleyway. Tips hat. Speak with animals. Howdy, friends.
Welcome back, Cecil. I'm Franz, and this is Stubbins. And Stubbins like, yeah. And these are our friends here who were in charge of this eating area where they hang out.
Very nice. Did y'all see anything?
Well, let me go ahead and list off all the friends. This one's Remy,
Remy?
Templeton,
Templeton.
Ultima,
Ultima.
Rascura,
Rescura.
Roddy,
Roddy.
Hazel,
Hazel.
Poppy,
Poppy.
Woodrow,
Woodrow.
Jupiter,
Jupiter.
Bianca,
Bianca.
Radigan,
Redigan.
Hendrix,
Hendrix.
Halo,
Ayla.
Hoover,
Hover.
Zertuffen,
Zertuffen. Very nice name.
Pixie,
Pixie.
Trixie,
Trixie.
Nippy,
Nippy.
Nibbles,
Nibbles.
Poppet,
Poppet.
Chickpea,
Chickpea.
Gonzalez,
Gonzalez.
Sweetums,
Schweetums.
Tickle, Pickle, and Popcorn,
Tickle, pickle, popcorn. Nice.
Bubble and Squeak,
Bubble, squeak.
Fatso,
Fatso.
then Bella, Mercy, Madonna, Savannah, Venus, Phoebe, and Petra.
Howdy.
They're my wives.
Very nice.
We got Katie, Caitlin, Chloe, and Laura.
Yeah.
And then this fella right here, my firstborn, Dill.
Dale. Nice to meet you.
Then we got tarragon, rosemary, sage, basil, chili, juniper. Then I started getting real wily on the names and started naming them like Storm, Hurricane, Twister, Forest, Prairie, River. And this gentleman right here, he's my brother, Hickory.
Howdy, Hickory.
So that
Yep.
was the biggest DM flex I've ever heard.
And that's my immediate family. I got Daisy, Apple, Hazel, Lily, Flower, Willow, Spruce, Maple, Oak, Poppy, Pansy, Clover,
This is
Bruno,
gonna last the
Mars,
next
Beaver,
10 minutes.
This is Maliko. And this last one right here, he's my newest neighbor, Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Fuck.
Very nice.
And he has the Harry Styles hairdo.
Oh my god.
Be honest, you just did that to flex.
Well, anyway, these were just the first 100 or so, actually, probably like 86 that were here.
God.
Me and Franz, we was over elsewhere eating the bodies, but they were over here eating bodies. And Franz goes, "Yep."
Right.
All right, Cecil, do you have any questions?
Yeah, these folks over here are saying that this was the first murder of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Good eatings.
Uh-huh. And, I was wondering, did any of your family see any? And or hear anything?
River, Hickory, Hendrix, and Daisy step forward and they're like, well, we saw some crazy shit. They were just eating donuts and pierogies. And then someone stepped out from the darkness and started folding them up. And I waited absolutely 5 seconds after their bodies hit the ground. because of germs.
Yeah.
After 5 seconds, it's ours. We started eating them.
Gotcha. Do you have any words to describe what this person looked like?
Well, they were humanoid.
Humanoid.
They were wearing clothes.
Humanoid with clothing. That's good. Yeah.
They were, well, I suppose they spoke common. Maybe. Most of y'all speak common. They had a good head on their shoulders. Oh, and then freaking River comes up. Wait, don't forget to tell them. Tell them about the hat. Oh, yeah. They were wearing a hat.
What kind of hat? Hat like mine?
No.
Not a cowboy hat. Got it. And you said that they stepped out from the shadows.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting.
Right over there. And they point at an alleyway.
Cecil's gonna. Is any of my party around?
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
Hey, Sock, go
Sokka is watching Cecil talk to this horde of
And you said,
just like, oh.
and you're like, interesting.
Like he's just listening to Cecil repeat all of these names like,
What the fuck?
what?
Thank you. Sock, can you go check out over there? And he points to the shadowed alleyway.
Check for something in particular.
Apparently the culprit may have stepped out of the shadows over there. So be
Oh.
careful, be on your guard. Who knows?
Right. I go looking for anything.
As you go looking for anything, you find that the alleyway is a dead end. It is fairly shallow, and the only thing back there is trash.
I'm gonna rummage through the trash, look for a hole.
As you rummage through the trash, there are no holes. There's an
Any
awning overhead.
Scorch marks or anything? Does the awning look disturbed? Footprints?
No scorch marks. No awning disturbed.
Huh. He goes back. It's a dead end, and there are no holes. There was an awning, but there's no footprints, and it didn't look disturbed. Maybe it was something magical. Someone who can, I don't know, detect magic.
Maybe. All right. Well,
Maybe they were just hiding there.
hang on. I gotta finish this with my friends. It's just
God.
all right. Bronze.
Yeah.
This is quite the amount of information you have given me, and I appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
and for your hard work and possibly even continued work, if you would like to continue working with me on this case. I am a what the humans call a chef. So I can cook a meal.
They hold up their hands. Hold up now. Are you saying for our service, you'll offer us food?
Yes, as repayment for assisting us.
All their eyes start to like tear up and glisten in the kind of sunlight that's appearing before you, or that's like shining from behind you, and they're like, I think we found our god.
Oh no.
Oh well, here
The rats start like walking forward and like gently touching your boots.
Well,
Precious,
Are you all right?
precious
Cecil?
rat friend.
yeah, everything's fine. I
New
was
title acquired, rat friend.
rats. I I don't have anything on me right now that I could give you outside of these rations if you guys would like some for your continued service. But later on I can prepare a feast.
As you set it down, they begin kind of like breaking little pieces off and like doing like an assembly line where they're just handing it down to each other so everyone gets fed. Thank you, Cecil. We will remember this forever. My children's 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 great children will remember the name Cecil.
Don't rats live for like 2 years?
And they take it and they scurry off.
um, I may have made friends with the rats. Sorry. Anyway, so
Okay.
they told me that these two were eating donuts and pierogies, right? And I don't know, maybe this murderer just has something against donuts and pierogies. But apparently the guy stepped out from the shadows of that over there. They described him as having a good head on his shoulders. I don't know if it's him, I'm just saying him, because I assume most people who murder are male. Past that,
Okay.
it had a good head on his shoulders. He had a hat, but it wasn't a hat like mine, so it's not a cowboy hat, so someone was wearing a hat. It was humanoid in shape, and they said it spoke common, presumably, since most people speak common. But that's all the information I got out of there now.
A good head on their shoulders? Does that mean they were like handsome? And if so, what are the beauty standards to a
Look,
rat?
I wish I could say.
Maybe it was a rat person, and they were like, "Oh, this is an attractive, very large rat."
Well, here, let me go investigate this back alley and dead end with Lydia sock. Maybe we can find something together.
Right.
Come along, Rev.
Did you ask the rats if they had done it?
If the rats did it, no, because I don't think a rat could do this. They just mostly wanted to have a little nibble on.
But many rats could.
Yeah, I don't think a person with a good head on their shoulders could do it either.
Hmm.
Well, it depends what you mean by a good head on their shoulder.
Yeah, I'm unsure what rats mean by that, so we'll figure it out later.
This
Also,
is true.
probably-
Okay, I
probably
shall come
should've-
along to
Probably should have
Sally.
asked the sex. That would have helped.
Yeah, well, you know, rats are a little silly. But let's come on, y'all. Let's all go investigate this alley.
Side note: is there the same big impact mark on the body, or where the
There's
body was?
not.
Okay.
This time there is not. The table is destroyed, though, where they were
Huh?
sitting at.
Okay.
As you check the alleyway, find it is dead end. There's no holes or entryways. There's no tear in the awning above. It'd be safe to assume that they either arrived there via magic or they were there to begin with before the murders.
Well, I think we can at least rule out a beast because it seems like these murders were not very lengthy, and because of their gruesome nature, I'd say that I think some kind of magic would have to be helping to create such a nasty piece of business in such a quick time.
Mm.
Maybe we can look around to see if any strangers have popped into town recently with bats and or heads on their shoulders.
Mhm.
Like maybe we can ask, I don't know, instead of asking the merchants like, what did you see? Maybe if there was anyone new that they might have noticed, anyone that stood out, or
I think someone with a head on their shoulders would stand out pretty well. Most people's heads are on like their neck.
your
But
neck
where's the
is
neck?
connected to your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well, at least we know it started here, and we can sort of retrace this person's steps.
Do we have an order for the which occurred? I mean, the closest one would be the one we just came from here. But
Yeah.
it's hard to follow a trail because it, gets meshed into
Mhm.
where all the people's
Also, how far
speeches are.
apart were they? Because if they were if they all happened in relatively quick timing, maybe it was a group effort.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Cecil is scratching his head. We should, let's go to the. I want to go to the next murder. That
Yes, I believe so.
is,
All these measurement arrows. Okay. As you move to the next one, this one is in the market. There, you see, this is where the goblins were murdered. The goblins were cleaning up in the night market. According to the hundreds of adventurers as well as the market goers, as the market still runs on, you see a bunch of union goblin workers giving out various pamphlets, and the pamphlets have all the information neatly assembled. And as one of you grabs one of them, you can see this as two goblins were of fourth quarter night shift, meaning is at the end of the night, start of the morning. They died approximately just before the sun arose. The goblins also acquire that of the people on shift, there are 2 people died of the 46 that were on shift. And they ended up, this one actually had witnesses. Witness accounts say that their bodies were simply violently disassembled through heinous acts of strange manipulation, refolded and crunched together.
Magical or physical manipulation?
The statement is that the body parts floated around before intertwining with one another and then crunching down to a cube.
Yikes. I'm starting to think there could be some magics at play here.
We were literally told that everything had a slight tinge of magic to it.
Oh my gosh.
We climbed a roof before I could cast detect magic on the initial place that we were at.
We shall put it down in the notes anyway.
Just let me do my ritual cast, okay?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
As you go and cast your ritual magic, You sense a plethora of everyone else casting their detect magic. But you can see the puzzled look on everyone's faces as it appears that all of you who are casting detect magic are sensing something strange, something foreign in the magical world. You have no finger to put on it, as you are dabbled in magic, but it seems different, unrecognizable to you.
So it's something outside of the established schools of magic that I would know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Do
fuck!
you think it would be
Ataru's eyes will
heinous
go
dark
fucking
magic?
wide.
Everything all right?
So I'm using detect magic, which allows me to see what type of magic has been cast. You know, the regular schools of magic, conjuration, abjuration, blah blah blah, all those. There's something here that doesn't fit into any of those categories, and that's a problem. Because if any of you remember from our lesson on the Archmages from Tippides, there is only one person that gets to create a new school of magic. And that's the number 1 Archmage.
Oh.
Is that what you think's going on here?
Well, if there's a new type of magic, and there's only one person that gets to create new types of magic, what
But-
other connection can be made?
Gets to or can?
I'm not too certain on the specifics, actually.
Perhaps it's maybe an old or dead magic that is not recognizable anymore.
Maybe. I'm just gonna click detect magic so I can read the specifics of it.
I just don't believe
Ignore
that
that.
the number 1 archmage would necessarily go around murdering 4 random people in
I
the
don't
middle of a
know
night in a city,
either,
you
but
know?
that's the only thing I can think of when I see something. When I see a new school of magic that isn't, or at least I see something that doesn't fall into any of the schools of magic.
Does it feel
Any of the 8
evil
that you
or
would know.
heinous?
Roll insight to see if you can get a vibe from it.
Vibe check.
It feels natural.
Oh, it feels natural.
It feels natural to the world.
Okay, never mind then.
Doesn't feel particularly dark or heinous. It just feels like it would anything else. It is not conjured, it is not dense. This feeling is lingering, but you can only sense that it was concentrated recently, being last night.
I mean, it does feel kind of natural, but it is recent. Recent. Don't necessarily want to say conjured because it's not conjuration, but
Mm,
Well,
if we are moving into the realms more of the natural and supernatural and magical, maybe I shall take a moment's leave and I will meet you up at the next site.
okay.
All right.
Then you guys head or begin heading up to the next site.
Oh, are they going right now?
I mean,
Oh,
if if there's anything else that they wish to do here, such as speak with the rats.
Well,
Rats. We are the rats.
all right. I can try, I guess.
It's rat time, baby.
Come to celebrate another birthday bash.
Maybe try to get a more clear.
Try to get more
Well,
what?
actually, no, because I mean, I guess the person never appeared. They just kind of. Maybe they're like hiding in an alleyway and doing their magicy grossness from there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially since there are witnesses nearby. It makes sense that maybe they would try to hide themselves.
Well, I can try speaking to the rats again, but hey, how the fuck does ritual casting work?
Well, only certain spells you can do it, but you just kind of like, draw the circle, start drawing the mana, and it's like you can cast it without drawing on your own supply.
Alright, well, I got one spell slot left, and I can cast Speak with Animals as a ritual, but I just didn't know how the fuck
Oh, yeah, I can walk you through it.
ritual casting is.
Okay, so just
Would I diminish one of my spell slots?
No.
no,
Alright.
no, you wouldn't.
Basically, you take if it's a ritual, you take longer, but it doesn't use a spell slot.
Alright. Do that then. Cast it as a ritual. Since I'm running dry.
Okay. As you do a few rash walk-ups. You must be Cecil.
Yeah. Howdy.
Hello. It's me and my friends.
Mm-hmm. I was
What are you? Drizzle? And this
Drizzle.
is Bean?
Drizzle,
Oats?
Bean, Oat,
Zippy?
Zippy,
Shumley?
Chumley,
Belford?
Belford,
David?
David,
And Fischl.
Visual. Very nice.
What can we do for you today? Great
Well,
rat friend, giver of food.
well, oh, no.
He who giveth forth from his banquet table freely.
Oh, please. No.
Provider of provisions and friend to rat folk alike.
Well,
I've already named my first 12 children Cecil.
Yes.
well, it's an honor. I hope I can meet them one day. But here, we're on business. We're on an investigation. You probably know that. So this is the third murder site we've investigated, and I'm wondering, did you see anything?
Oh, yeah, we were eating scraps
Uh-huh.
and we were looking and we saw someone step out and do something. I don't know what was going on. They were doing some movements. And then we heard a lot
Okay.
happen from our left. We looked over and we saw goblins being twisted and formed like a pretzel.
Mm.
And we waited the customary law of 5 seconds. And then we went out and had ourselves a nibble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Hang on. Was this person wearing a hat?
Yup, they had a good head on their shoulders.
Good head on their shoulder. Can you describe to me what that means?
Oh, rats, we're not very good at wearing things on our heads.
Mm.
And those that do need to have a good head on their shoulders if it's heavy. Basically, it means in common folk, it's a big hat.
It's a big hat. Alright. It was a big hat,
Yep.
but not like mine, right?
No, not
Okay.
like the great savior of rat folks hat. Never.
Alright. Well, my friends are wanting to know if you could discern the gender of this culprit. this fiend?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
They were wearing a lot of clothes.
A lot of clothes? Did you
Yeah.
see the color and style of these clothes? Were they like mine? And
What's a color?
Oh shit. You're right. I should
It
have.
was white and gray and fanciful clothing hurts our eyes with the patterns and whatnot. So anything more than maybe the glorious boots that you're wearing, if it's too complex, we get confused and then faint.
But it wasn't confusing then, right? So
No, it
they
was
weren't.
confusing.
So they had a lot of crazy patterns.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It was very, and he throws up some air quotes, intricate.
Intricate.
And you see, you guys watch a little rat throw up air quotes, and Caesar go intricate. Air quotes.
and Cecil's like, "No, I'm not. I don't know this sort of magic stuff. Where whenever you say they were performing movements, they weren't like dancing, and he does like a disco sort of.
Whoa.
They weren't. They weren't
shaking the
doing.
ground.
They weren't. They weren't doing that,
No.
right? They were mostly
No.
probably like
They were doing this, and he pantomimes holding one hand out and another like paw doing some wiggle fingers like that.
I see. So it certainly was some sort of magic. I got another question. Was this and I'm gonna stand up for you, so don't freak out. But I'm trying to get an idea of if you know how tall this person was. Were they taller than me? And Cecil stands
As
there,
you
like
stand up
6
in the
feet.
great length, they like reel back and start to faint. Whoa. um. I'm not good at heights.
Not good at heights. That's all right.
No.
No worries.
No.
And could you point me in the direction of where this person stepped out from?
They scurry over to a cart and like, this is when we saw them step into view. Which the cart's just out in the open, as if they strolled in.
Mm-hmm. Did they come from the direction of, like, the muddy boots?
This direction would be south.
South. Interesting. All right. And I know this is gonna sound like a weird question, but what did these fellers have you guys eaten goblin before?
They kind of hesitate for a second. They're like, no.
I'm not saying I was only simply gonna ask if it tasted any different than it did before, if you had.
No, it didn't. We never eat goblin before, but we eat things from goblins like fingernails and hair.
Gotcha.
As this occurs, the alarm bells begin ringing throughout the town. Other adventurers stand up and say, what the hell? Someone screams, another murder!
Sprinting up to the nearest rooftop to see if I can see any commotion.
You do not. You just see a bunch of adventurers running around all sorts of town going, where is it?
Quick, hide! He yells to the rats.
And they scurry. Rev, you have gone to Advent attire. Chingling. You enter it.
Hello, Isaiah.
Hey, Rev.
Oh, goodness. Thank goodness you're okay. Have you heard about all these murders happening around town?
I did this morning. Very scary.
Oh, absolutely. Me and my colleagues have been doing some investigation of this matter, and it came up that the magic aura or something related to the murders was of a more natural nature. And I wanted to know if in your studies you had read anything about this is a bit of a crude way to say it, but squishing bodies
Wishing bodies?
or something like this. It seems like you might be the person I
Well,
know who knows the most about natural magics.
it's interesting that you speak of natural magic, as in this book it talks of natural magic, and she pulls out the book and opens up the various gilded pages and begins kind of skimming through and reading. And she's like, well, over here it says, that there's the 8 schools of magic that we know and have, and on top of that there's also, things that naturally occur that were once kind of ruled by the gods, but now that some of the gods have been gone, they've just kind of been running rampant. And even says there's ways to even contact and manipulate those forces. You should have a read sometime. Once I'm done with this book, that is.
Certainly. How much have you progressed in it?
Pretty good. I've been skimming over it a few times. It's about my 4th time reading. It's very interesting.
This is your 4th time reading. Have you learned anything useful?
Yeah, little bits and pieces. It's strange. There's kind of spells and knowledge in here I don't quite get. It doesn't make sense. But,
In what way?
well,
Is it just a bit too advanced, or is it like strange in some way?
mm, well, I've looked at, and for what I know, some I've seen other magicians and other wizards and stuff use magic, and this doesn't just sound like anything of what they're doing. So maybe I'm not going to say you got the wrong book, but I'm also very determined to learn and master this. It's also got these weird passages and strange gold writing that I can't really read. But I decided to stop by the Merchants Guild in order to buy a book and maybe translate some of this. I do kind of find it kind of funny how some of it's written in black and another bit's written in gold.
Well, this is interesting. Well, maybe I should talk to the owner of the book and see if he knows anything about these natural magics or whatever.
Okay, that sounds good.
But try not to stay open too late tonight, okay?
Okay, I'll probably close right after you leave. I'm really getting to some good passages in this book. Feels like every time I read it, I'm starting to understand a little bit more.
Well, this is great to hear.
Yeah,
And just for posterity's sake, you were not the one who committed the murders, correct?
no, Rev. If I committed a murder, I would at least tell you.
Oh, this is very sweet. Okay, well, I shall see you then when I see you, Ms. Zaya.
Okay, bye, Rev. And she walks you to the door and gives you a little smooch on the forehead before closing it and locking it.
Yeah, I think Rev's gonna meet up with the party. I'm just gonna assume that like timing works out that he'll meet up with them whenever they get to the next site.
Okay. Well, as you're
Well, actually,
exiting, you
yeah, I
hear
was
the
gonna say I
alarm
must have.
bells go off.
Yeah.
The town is in high alert, and people are running to and fro. And eventually, following the massive crowd, everyone makes your way to the guild hall steps. Lloyd, at the top of the steps, says, Now, listen up. We're barring all entry in here. There's been a murder.
Who?
Oh,
We have yet to identify them. All we know is that they're small.
no.
Come with more details later, but for now, go back to whatever the hell you're doing. Guild and guard business.
We are
We'll-
friends with a lot of them. Maybe we can help identify.
He kind of looks to you and be like, trust me, you won't. And he walks back inside, and other guards kind of bar the passage in.
Ataru,
What?
we have to sneak in, sir, don't we?
We definitely have to sneak in.
Yeah, sure about that? That would just place us under suspicion if we get caught.
Don't get
But
caught.
this is
We haven't
the
exactly found
freshest.
anything at the previous sites.
Yes, but those were all trampled by all the other people.
Right, to be in here first, to be able to hear
one
what
is
is
fresh.
being discussed, to be able to just seems like
Alright, let me case it.
Aren't you like the sneakiest person ever?
I need to case it to find a good entryway.
Okay.
Let me do what I'm good at, okay?
Well, Tara, as you roam around, you find a few ways in, but you find that the best one is probably the large windows at the top that let sunlight in.
Right, I'm gonna find an area where
Would you
there's
like
no
us to
guards
cause a
along the
distraction?
where there's no guards along the walls. And I'm just gonna try to I'm just gonna climb up the walls, like, do my little walk to
Okay.
just walk straight up them. Like,
Rev, what about you?
he can't really go up the walls as easily, but I think he wants to go around the back, maybe find some natural sort of.
Because of the druid in the town, there is an overhanging garden with small trees.
Yeah, I think he'll try and use that to be able to get onto the roof and see what can be seen.
You're gonna tree stride up there.
Yeah.
A little tree stride, you grow and step out of the tree, leaving that particular tree withered and burnt and ashy, but small price to pay as you eventually meet Tara at the top. There you can see a window overlooking the area, and inside both of you can see Lloyd and a few guards kind of taking a body out from the upstairs, taking it down the stairs and attempting to inspect it.
can we make out is it completely covered or?
It is not complete. Well, it's completely covered for a few moments before they unveil it. There, you find a few goggles and bits and bobs and tubes and tools that they're pulling out of the crushed and dilapidated body,
I swear.
pulling forth various cloth and tools, but eventually Lloyd shakes his head. You can see him point and do some orders. And they cover up the body to carry it off.
So we were too far to see it or hear what they were saying.
Too far to hear what they're saying, but you see
Oh, can I
at
see
least.
wait, can I see his lips?
Not from this angle.
Damn it.
But you can assume
I
they're
would've
taking
tried
the
to
body
just-
away.
I would have tried to slink it and like take a look, but
Hmm.
But eventually they are moving around. They begin cording off the crime scene area, being the upstairs workshop and the stairs leading up.
all right. Did they
Are
move
all
the
of
body-
them
move the body out?
are all of them sticking together?
No, they're
Guards?
spreading out. They're spreading out, and there is no one upstairs.
Are there any of them who? This is a weird thing to ask, on account of my previous accusations. But are there any of them who seem out of place? Like some people are looking at things, and maybe one person is just sort of standing around or left early or something like that.
Roll insight.
Not my strongest suit. Natural 1, baby.
What you can tell, nothing seems too overtly suspicious, and they
Okay.
all seem to just kind of be doing their job and have a general tiredness to them.
Can I see if any of them are like talking to each other or like mentioning anything about? Like I'm trying to like slink in and use my Spider-Man powers to
You
read this.
do see two guards speaking with one another, able
Right.
to read their lips. They say, "Ah, that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, man, that's rough. Well, oh well. Guess we have to add to the bodies and burn this with the rest, and hopefully someone can identify which artificer this was. Shame, shame." And then they walk away.
Fuck. Tara's gonna slink back outside. We should go back and talk to Sock. It's one of the artificers.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, let's hurry back.
Before though, I want to while also using my Spider-Man powers to can I see the upstairs where the crime was committed from here?
Yes.
It hasn't been cleaned up yet, right?
You see a broken desk and a few tools. It looks like everything has been thrown off the shelves onto the floor, really densely sprinkled around the crime scene area, and you see just a smattering of blood everywhere.
Are there any of the guards at the crime scene and on the same level of it, or are they just guarding the stairs?
They're guarding the stairs, and there's one at the top of the stairs.
How much room is there for me to like if I wanted to drop down and like investigate a little bit?
Little to none, as you are on the opposite side of where the upstairs balcony is.
Okay.
What about me? I'm very small.
You could possibly sneak in and pretend to be like a ficus.
I want to do that. I want to get close enough to touch blood.
Okay. Then are you dropping? Are you going to another skylight and dropping down?
Yeah, I think so.
I can go to like a wall nearby and try to like lower you down.
Okay.
That would probably help. Yeah.
Roll stealth with an advantage.
Baba booey.
As you are lowered down with a little thump, one of the guards turns and goes, "Huh? Nah." And you are hiding behind a shelf, and you are small enough to sneak up to the murder scene.
Very good, very good, very good. I want to touch any of the blood around and use blood sense.
Okay. Which two are you trying to ascertain?
Uh, mm, maybe
Or I'll let you. What are you trying to gain from the
what
blood
I'm
sample?
trying to gain is the identity, but
In terms of like racial identity, like
yeah,
who
like
got murdered?
something, yeah,
Okay.
just to confirm our suspicions or reject them, or if by any chance the person fought back, then maybe it would help
Uh,
me learn something about the whoever committed this.
from what you can see over the area, it looks like the death was instant and visceral. However, as you kind of sense the blood, it is of small folk. And it does, whoever did own this blood was slightly magically inclined as to match the artificer moniker.
And now that I'm closer, can I get any sense of, again, like tracks or anything like that that might have been left by not the standard guard boots?
As you look around, you can see that there are no tracks, but there is a window that is broken and the glass on the inside.
Okay.
But there suspiciously are no footsteps. And everything
Interesting.
around is strewn about, with most of it congregating around the crime scene.
Uh,
And shelves
I'm
are
gonna wait
bare.
and yeah, I think I want to wait until it seems like the guards are a little preoccupied or something like that, and then try and go out that window where the glass is broken to escape this room.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth to tiptoe through the glass and then out the window.
Tiptoe my way.
Ataru, you're.
Is that the exact same as last roll? It is.
Yeah. Okay. You make it out.
Jeez.
Ataru, you are not within 30 feet, but you can attempt to get closer by walking down one of the walls or ceiling.
I don't think it's worth the detect magic. I'm probably just gonna find the same thing, but I guess this is fresher. Get a better sense. Yeah, I'll try walking down the wall.
Okay. Roll for stealth.
Wow, really?
Okay.
Let's go.
As you make your way down, you begin. Are you going to ritually cast detect
Fuck
magic
no.
for
Fuck
10
no.
minutes? Okay.
Fuck no.
As you cast detect magic, okay, Sophie's got to go in 10 minutes. So we'll end here. As you cast detect magic, you sense a strange congregation of magic. Now that it is not muddied with everyone else, you find that it is two primary schools, being abjuration and evocation. However, their presence is masked and muddled with a third one, a strange congregation of magic that appears to be both of the schools and not. And as you continue to sense more suspiciously, you notice that as this third form of magic is fading, the other two are growing stronger in presence.
Fuck does that mean? Okay. And after Getting that, she'll slink away.
As you slink away, you guys meeting back up in the front of the
Yeah.
manor where everyone else is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys can have any discussion and then we'll end it.
Well, what'd y'all find?
Well, the body is one of the artificers.
What? Wait,
And-
who?
We don't know.
I'm not sure of the exact identity,
Well, then
but
how
I
do you
was
know it
able
was an
to get.
artificer?
Well, there's
The guards were talking about it. They were looking to identify which artificer it was.
it was they had a number of tools and things like this, but I also was close enough to get a sense of the blood, as it were, and it was definitely a small folk type person.
There was a lot of blood in the artificer's work area.
Did y'all see where they were carrying
what
off the
part?
body?
They should have been carrying it out the front door.
Oh shit!
Did you guys see them carry it out?
Would I have seen them carry it out?
Eventually, as you guys are talking, they are moving the body out. As the guards are moving in a big patrol, carrying it away.
I'm actually gonna tail them, see if I can catch a glimpse of
Cecil's
the
like,
body.
He's like, I got a trick up my sleeve. He's like, I'll catch up with y'all later. And he casts disguise self to make himself look like a guard.
Oh!
Follows them.
Wait, I think I have that actually. No, I don't.
Sock leaves. He's gonna go looking for Speckle.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna hunt her down.
Okay.
And I guess while
I'll
they're
be back.
tailing the guards, I'll be at a test manor.
Okay. So then we'll end it there because that's about to all get spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Rev going to HS Manor. Cecil disguise self.
And I'm just gonna be following from a distance on the rooftops like I normally do.
Disguise self as guard. Ataru.
They were just throwing the whole fucking.
Tailing guards.
Heck of an end to a session.
Tailing guards. Sock. Finding
Looking for wife.
Speckle.
Hey.
Sorry,
Okay.
girlfriend.
Hey.
Sorry,
Okay.
Just a
future wife.
friend.
Good end.
Sock
Good
and
session,
Speckle
everyone.
sitting in a tree.
Very investigation.
Everyone say goodbye to your future selves.
Bye.
Bye, future
Goodbye.
self.
Bye. I love you.
Dumb slut.